A lawsuit that reaches back more than 100 years is now at the center of a modern geopolitical dispute. A U.S. investment fund, Noble Capital RSD, has filed a claim demanding $225 billion in payments on bonds issued by the Russian Empire in 1916. The fund says it owns the historic bonds, which were originally sold to American investors before the 1917 revolution in Russia, which saw an end to the Tsar rule. The defendants named in the case include the Russian Federation itself, the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank and the National Welfare Fund.
We believe the claim is absolutely frivolous. First of all, Russia has long denied its liability for the what we call Tsarist bonds or the Russian Empire bonds. That's number one. Number two, they are precluded from this litigation because there already been a litigation in the US, the name ironically called Karl Marx. And the case was dismissed because the Russian Federation obviously enjoyed the sovereign immunity.
The plaintiff is demanding permission to recover the alleged debt using Russian assets frozen in the West.
The fate of Russia's frozen assets is now being actively debated. This case is, in part, an attempt to shake that discussion. Law firms are searching for legal mechanisms to justify their seizure, and in this respect, any peg is used to find the weaknesses of a particular position. So while this lawsuit may seem absurd, it feeds into a broader debate in this regard.
Russian authorities have repeatedly said that any seizure of these assets would be illegal and would undermine the global financial system.
The total worth of Russia's assets frozen in the EU and other G7 countries amounts to some $300 billion, and a large portion have matured into cash. Russia said a previous US administration immobilized some $5 billion, and Moscow is ready to send $1 billion for the US president's Board of Peace and commit an unspecified amount for the restoration of Ukraine. So attempts to test new legal pathways to Russia's frozen assets through century-old bonds or other loopholes are seen here as setting a precedent for how sovereign wealth can be targeted. Dasha Chernyshova, TRT World, Moscow.